Hello, hello, hello. It's yours truly, Jeremy LASMAN, back at you. Happy to be here. How's everyone doing? Quick reminder, please, wherever you are watching this, if you love it, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, carrier pigeon this channel, the Conscious Leadership Network, wherever you're watching this. A lot going on today in the collective energy as people await the election results. And today we've got a topic that it's very, very personal to me. And something that has gone from, a theme, a challenge in my life to what I love to help people with, and what I bring, the energy and the focus that I bring, all about hiding from the spotlight and showing up in your power. And this came from a question, or I get this question a lot because, you're only as good as your latest work. And so I've been doing lives kind of on the regular now for a while. And, I get asked, like, how are you brave enough to do that? How do you have the confidence to go live and be in the spotlight and do what you do, especially if you know my story and know where I've come from? Because I grew up, not on a whole, but grew up very shy, very introverted, very kind of only child, lone wolf mentality, and very much just relationship of not wanting attention, but maybe secretly wanting attention, but really not wanting to be visible, as a just leave me alone, let me be this dreamer, let me just be in my own world and don't bother me kind of energy. But when it came to social life and social situations and putting myself out there, there was a huge amount of fear, a huge amount of shyness, and as I got older, neuroses around just expressing myself and sharing my voice. And my ways of loving to hide really became about, instead of focusing on everything that I didn't want to do or everything I didn't care about, everything that bored me, especially in school and being strapped to a desk and all of that stuff. For me, I started to actually love being invisible and wanting to become better at being invisible. And that became almost like a practice of, like, can I really fly under the radar and not be seen? And really figuring out what that meant as just focus, like, don't make eye contact with anyone, don't stand out, be invisible at all costs, wear the invisibility cloak. And that was a defense. It was a survival mechanism, I feel. But as I got older and starting to gain more responsibilities and have more ideas and start to really realize that I actually had a voice myself, instead of just kind of being invisible people pleaser that was just like, keeping the peace, keeping that, like, normalcy of people, not really seeing me, but just giving enough, mirroring people, the empathy and really mirroring people as a way of like hiding myself, really. And so when I started to come face to face with maybe, not feeling like being invisible was serving me anymore, coming to that edge where I saw the theme of invisibility in my life, and I actually wanted to be seen. I wanted to be seen. I wanted to be valued. I wanted to have my voice carry a weight, an influence. And I started to see where I was hiding from the spotlight. And it really came down to like challenging myself and getting challenged by others. I believe around this time, where I was wanting more voice, wanting more visibility, I hired my first life coach, and that really provided the testing grounds to find the bravery, to find the courage, to do the baby steps, to experiment, to try once, to fail, to bomb, to not perform well, and still feel like I could love myself instead of totally rejecting myself on all levels and just giving up. That's a huge part of really finding the muscle of courage and the muscle of bravery in yourself. If there is things that you want to do, if you do want to step into more of a spotlight, what is in the way? What is that fear? What is that shyness? What is that feeling of my voice is not good enough? My ideas aren't good enough. My thoughts aren't good enough. My creativity is not good enough. All of those things for me were just all this neurotic negativity that was so complex and so crafty as fuck, because it can really distort your thoughts to make it seem so rational, so real. And if there is one thing I want to invite you to, is just to question and become a skeptic of your own skeptic, to disbelieve all of the negativity, to really find like what it is that you're passionate about, so that you can take the risks on it, and you can step on the spotlight, and you can show up in your power. That is how I have, transformed being a people pleaser and really being a disruptor. It's not my identity, as in like I don't identify with the linear growth anymore, but there is a timed kind of growth of like, you're always peeling back new layers. You're always having more realizations and more insights, more depth, more angles on what it is that is the resistance that is holding you back from your power, and showing up the way that your signature, like your legacy, your iconic self, the one that is of the ideal, whether it is in a confidence, whether it is in a body image, whether it is in a career, whether it is in a public speaking, or awards, or whatever that ideal in your imagination that you see as a vision for yourself, that you feel like you're not quite there yet, as an artist, as a businessman, as an influencer. If we look at it as these frequencies, the distance and the time that you feel it would take to get to that mountaintop, the revolution of your consciousness here is you are both and neither. And when you take away the distance between the ideal that you don't necessarily see yet in 3D reality, but you see so clearly in your imagination, in your dreams, your make believe, your highest ideals of who you see yourself to be and showing up as, the more that you can pluck those frequencies, those emotions, those feelings, those states of being, and experiment with putting them on, not putting them on, but being them without physical based evidence, that's when you get to start to play with your vibration and get to not be so physical eyes based, but more on a vision level that collapses the distance between low and high, or what is and what the ideal is. And you take away the negativity that keeps those separated, and you can collapse the time and really feel intimately the frequencies, the states of being of your empowered self, without the conditional, the conditions, the physical conditions having to be the proof that you deserve it. You're stripping away all of that extraneous programming and just going straight to it, allowing yourself to feel it, and then playing with the sustainability of that genius, of that passion, of that power, of that influence, of that ideal, of that perfection, without all of the perfectionism. So if you haven't checked out the Conscious Leadership Network, the link is in the in the description, and it is a community. It is a network off of Facebook that is all about blending the frequencies of work and play into one unified orgasmic energy that is your signature self. It is your genius. It is your zone of genius, and it is a place to play, to experiment with others on that same wavelength of self-awareness, where we are revolutionaries of our own reality, where we are bringing together, we're changing reality by being the role models of a higher frequency, of a more intelligent way of consciously evolving the species. These are all just my words for it, but check out the landing page, see if it resonates with your soul, your heart, and let me know if you have any questions. And I look forward to seeing you again next week, or when I pop up randomly with that you'll never even know. But yes, next Wednesday, see you there. Again, don't forget, like and subscribe, and check out the Conscious Leadership Network. As always, my name is Jeremy LASMAN, professor of passion, high performance coach, man of many roles, artist, and human being. See you later, guys.